Let's learn about configuring IPv6 static routes for Ethernet links. In this lesson, we will configure this network so that PC1 can send IPv6 packets to PC2, which also means PC2 can send IPv6 packets to PC1. As you may recognize, PC1 and PC2 are actually Cisco routers. First, we will configure PC1 to send all the traffic to its default gateway, IPv6 router 1. To do that, we will configure an IPv6 default static route on PC1 using these two commands. The first command is to enable unicast routing for IPv6. The second command is to configure the default static route to send all the traffic to this unicast IPv6 address configured on the interface F10 of IPv6 router 1. Let's do it on IPv6 PC1. Before configuring the default static route, we need to verify IPv6 configuration on PC1 using the command show IPv6 interface brief and filter for the section up and hit enter. As you can see, the IPv6 has been configured correctly on the interface F00 of PC1. Now let's go to the configuration mode and then paste the two commands to configure the default static route. Now we just X out this and verify the configuration in the routing table using the command show IPv6 route static. As you can see, it shows us with the default static route that instructs to send all the traffic to this IPv6 unicast address configured on the interface F10 of IPv6 router 1. Next, we will configure IPv6 router 1 to forward the traffic to the subnet where PC2 is located to IPv6 router 2. To do that, we will configure an IPv6 static route on IPv6 router 1 using these two commands. The first command is to enable unicast routing for IPv6 on IPv6 router 1. The second command is to instruct IPv6 router 1 to forward all the traffic destined to this subnet where PC2 is located to this IPv6 unicast address configured on the interface F11 of IPv6 router 2 and send it via the interface F11 of IPv6 router 1. Let's do it on IPv6 router 1. Before configuring the static route, we need to verify IPv6 configuration on IPv6 router 1 using the command show IPv6 interface brief and filter for the section up, then hit enter. As you can see, the IPv6 addresses have been configured correctly for both interfaces F10 and F11 on IPv6 router 1. Now let's go to the configuration mode and paste the two commands to configure the static route, then hit enter. Now we X out of this and verify the configuration in the routing table using the command show IPv6 static As you can see, there's a static route that instructs IT Life Skills Router 1 to send the traffic destined to this subnet where PC2 is located via this IPv6 unicast address on the interface F11 of IT Life Skills Router 2 via the interface F11 on IT Life Skills Router 1. For the return traffic, we will configure PC2 to send all the traffic to its default gateway, IT Life Skills Router 2, using the same two commands. For PC2, we will send all the traffic to this unicast IPv6 address configured on the interface F10 of IT Life Skills Router 2. Let's do it on IT Life Skills PC2. First, let's verify IPv6 configuration on PC2 using the command show IPv6 interface brief and filter for the section up, then hit enter. As you can see, the IPv6 has been configured correctly on the interface F00 of PC2. Now let's go to the configuration mode and paste the two commands to configure the default static route, and now exit out of this and verify the configuration in the routing table using the command show IPv6 route statics. As you can see, there is a static route in the routing table of PC2, and it instructs PC2 to send all the traffic to this IPv6 unicast address configured on the interface F10 of IT Life Skills Router 2. Next, we will configure IT Life Skills Router 2 to forward the traffic to the subnet where PC1 is located to IT Life Skills Router 1. To do that, we will configure an IPv6 static route on IT Life Skills Router 2 using these two commands. As you may know, this first command is to enable unicast routing for IPv6 on IT Life Skills Router 2. The second command to instruct IT Life Skills Router 2 to forward the traffic destined to this subnet via the interface F11 of IT Life Skills Router 2. So in this command, we do not include the next hop IP address. Let's do it on IT Life Skills Router 2. Before configuring the static route, we need to verify IPv6 configuration on IT Life Skills Router 2 using this command show IPv6 interface brief. Then we filter for the section up, then hit enter. As you can see, the IPv6 addresses have been configured correctly on both interface F10 and F11 of IT Life Skills Router 2. Now let's go to the configuration mode and paste the two commands to configure the static route, then exit out this and verify the configuration in the routing table by using the command show IPv6 route static, then hit enter. As you can see in the routing table of IT Life Skills Router 2, there's a static route that instructs it to send all the traffic destined to this subnet via its fast Ethernet 1.1, and it understands that the subnet here is directly connected to the fast Ethernet 1.1. To verify the connectivity on IT Life Skills PC1, we ping the IP address of PC2, and then on IT Life Skills Router 2, we enable the debug for IPv6 packet detail to monitor the traffic. Let's do it on PC1 by pinging the IP address of PC2, then hit enter. Now we're gonna go to IT Life Skills Router 2 and enable the IPv6 packet detail. And you can see it's going. And now let's get back to PC1 to see what happened. And as you can see, the success rate is 0%. Let's troubleshoot the issue by analyzing the log from the debug IPv6 packet detail command. As you can see, this is the traffic from PC2 to IT Life Skills Router 2, and this traffic is from IT Life Skills Router 2 back to PC2. Everything looks good. Now let's look at this traffic. As you can see, the source IP is the link local IP on the interface F11 of IT Life Skills Router 2. The destination IP is a solicited node multicast address that has the last 24 bit is 00100. So it tells us that IT Life Skills Router 2 is trying to find the MAC address of this IP on PC1 on the link that is connected to its interface F11. As you can figure it out that IT Life Skills Router 2 will never find the MAC address, and it will continue again and again until it is timed out. To fix the issue, we need to log on to IT Life Skills Router 2 and issue these two commands. The first command is to remove the wrong static route command, and the second command is to enter the correct static route command that includes the next hop IP address. After that, we need to verify our configuration by logging into PC1, then we ping PC2. Now let's do it on IT Life Skills Router 2. First, we need to use the command show run, and then we filter for the section IPv6 route, then hit enter. This will give us the wrong static route command, and we go to the configuration mode and issue no, and copy the wrong static route command and paste it into the configuration, then hit enter. Now let's paste the wrong command again, and to make it the correct command, we need to include the next hop IP address, and in this case it is 2000.1, then hit enter. Then we X out of this, and we need to go back to PC1 and ping PC2, and as you can see, it is success.